Well, thanks, Mac, for the intro, and congrats to all these success stories tonight. Remember, stories sell, facts tell. So just keep sharing those stories. And like you said, Mac, my apologies to all of you. I'm at a tennis match watching my daughter, so I had to jump in the car to do this call. But of course, winners make adjustments, losers make excuses, and that's what we do. Some exciting times ahead here in Isogenics, Mac, and a big shout out to all of you at corporate. Sharon, you, Aaron, the entire team for executing with a word we're going to learn to love, which is speed, to execute with speed on this promo. And of course, the Fab, the CFAB, you mentioned Jason West, the collaboration, developing this unbelievable promotion, or what I'm calling back a movement. When you really understand where it leads, you'll say it too. So who's excited to jump in this $1 million pool? Who's excited for their team to jump into this $1 million pool? If you are, put it in the chat and say, I am. I'm excited. You see Team Isogenics in its 21st year, never has launched a $1 million pool. And what does this do, Mac? This grabs attention and it says, we're alive and well. It makes a statement of strength. It says, we're playing offense. And I don't know if any of you like sports. I like sports and I like offense. You see, team, this pool and the associate fee being waived removes the barrier of entry. It minimizes resistance. It puts us in something called a tailwind versus a headwind. And as Max said, my name is Chris Estes. I'm from Kentucky, where there's 4 million people, 14 last names. I grew up in a small town where front teeth are optional. I played college baseball. I went on to be a school teacher and coach of multiple sports, basketball, baseball, and tennis. I have a master's degree in counseling. I'm a real estate investor. And a couple of years ago, I qualified for the Ironman World Championships. My secret weapon, though, is my wife, Lindsay. We have 4 kiddos. 15, 14, 13, and 10. And I share my background, Mac, as more of a lesson for all of you than anything, because who you know will determine how big you grow. I'm going to repeat that again. Who you know will determine how big you grow. And it was a friend of mine, Mac, someone I trusted. I believe trust is a must. It introduced me to an opportunity, a health and wellness opportunity 15 years ago. I had no business experience, no network marketing experience, but I did something called a life audit. And here's what I learned as I assessed my life. I had full-time jobs, but I had a part-time life. I was going to spend my life raising everyone else's kids, never see my own, if I didn't make a change. And I understand the only person that likes a change is a wet baby, but your life doesn't get better by chance. Your life gets better by change. And so I took the advice of Abe Lincoln, who said, good things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle. So I took action. I got started. I had lots of flips, flops, fumbles, and failures when I started. My wife, she tells me screwing up's a spiritual gift of mine. But my motto when I started was tell me no and watch me go. I remember a community member at one point asking me, Chris, how do you sleep at night knowing you have all that rejection, ridicule, opposition? I said, I sleep like a baby. I wake up every 2 hours crying. I say all that to say this. We will all face adversity in our business team. You can make adversity a stepping stone or a tombstone. We all face the thumb-sucking diaper division, dream squash and crybaby club, the wise cracks at work that know nothing about nothing, making payments on everything, 6 clicks left to clueless. But here's what I've learned. If it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. I'm going to repeat that again. If it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. So if you've been experiencing challenge, difficulty, disappointment, let me encourage you to not give up, but to get up. Don't give in, dig in, because it's the dawn of a new day here in Isogenics. It's time for all of us to hit the reset, restart, reboot, the relaunch button. It's time to grind or get left behind. It's time to show up so we can blow up. Now, the question, Mac, I know you wanted me to answer tonight is, what do I do now after hearing this incredible promotion, this $1 million pool? What actions do I need to maximize to take advantage of this promo? And the simple answer, team, is just one word. And the word is more. You know, put that in the chat, more. You see, team, we all have to get out of the fog of the complex into the clarity of the simple. Remember, simple scales, fancy fails. So what do we need to do to take advantage of this pool to set up for Big Mo? What's Big Mo? You all put it in the chat what Mo means. Mo is momentum. And what you must do is more. You can't just talk to people. You have to talk to more people, many more people. You have to do more calls, more messages, more connections, more invites, more follow-ups, more ask. You got to get your ask with a K in gear. You have to do more events, create more stories, more cycles, more checks. You have to have more urgency. In fact, more urgency to emergency. You see, team, if you're not more consistent, you'll be non-existent. A mentor once told me, he said, Chris, master the mundane or you'll always master Monday morning. Team, what we all have to do is pick up our speed and get uncomfortable. We have to speed up the process, and speed changes everything for you. Speed is the currency of business today, and success loves speed. Remember, success doesn't happen to you. It happens because of you, because of your speed, and because of your action. Team, it's the pace of the leader that's the speed of the group. And so what does speed do, Mac? Speed removes the barrier of entry. And that's exactly what you guys have done at corporate and the FAB and the CFAD. Speed moves you from urgency to emergency. Speed forces you to be a winner, not a whiner, to start talking about where you're going to, not what you're going through. So there's 3 groups of people, Mac, I'm focusing on right now that I believe all of you that are watching, all of your team should be focusing on to capitalize on this $1 million pool and build depth and momentum for the future. And here's number 1, Mac, new prospects. Remember, new blood is the lifeblood of our business. And what we have to do is increase the volume, the number of people we're talking to, and speed up the process. For me, I'm focusing on the business and opportunity because I'm building a new team and looking to duplicate. What am I duplicating? Depth. And I'm duplicating depth with speed. And all of us should be building new teams, no matter where you are, old school, old guard, new people. I use a lot, Mac, of 4-word phrases that's simple and duplicatable when I'm speaking to or messaging prospects. And I do this over and over as fast as I can. Let me share with you a few that I use that you can adopt, you can use and borrow while you figure out your own. Here's a few I use. We should partner up. How simple is that? 4 words. We should partner up. Because if you have, Mac, relationship capital with someone, you can use that statement for what? Speed. Here's another one. Something big is coming. I'm grabbing what? Attention so that they listen. I'm piquing their interest so I can get them in front of a tool, a picture, a video, whatever it is. Another one. Do you know anyone? Mac, do you know anyone that's looking to diversify their financial portfolio with residual income? Then I use 4 more words. I'm a simple guy from Kentucky, Mac. If I sent you some info, would you take a look? The key here, hopefully you can feel the energy because I'm kind of an energy, upbeat, moving kind of guy. The key here is posture and projection. What I do when I talk to people is I have confidence. And if I don't have it, I borrow Mac's confidence. I borrow Sharon's confidence. I borrow Dr. Plant's confidence while I figure out and get my own. So the key is posture. The key is that projection. If you're a product-focused person, use the products. Listen to me. You may have your favorite product, but use the products. If we're talking about driving depth, creating momentum, use the products with quick results. The ones that produce the quick results to increase what again? Put it in the chat. Speed. And an example would be the 7-day reset. I've used this multiple times with 4 words again. I am getting ready. I'm getting ready to start a 7-day reset, and I'd love for you to do it with me. I'd love your support, encouragement, and accountability. And if you share with a few friends, you get your product for free. Do you all hear all the power words? Support, encouragement, accountability, love, share, free. And then when that happens, I drip the business in the $1 million pool. You see, I move with speed so I can get to these 3 power questions. And I'd encourage you to write these 3 power questions down. Who can I talk to for you, Mac? Who can I meet with for you? Who can I do an event for you? And that could be in person, that could be online. This is what I did. Listen to me. I'm 15 years into this thing. This is what I did the first 3 years of my business. And if you'll do this, team, you'll go from overlooked to overbooked. And that's exactly what happened to me. That's how I created my first phase of momentum, was asking those 3 questions. But to be able to ask those 3 questions and go to overbooked from overlooked, you have to be able to go wide. You have to load your funnel. The second group is current associates, Mac. It's the active associates and the inactive associates. I call this a U-turn. Every quarter, I do something called a U-turn. So this is hitting perfect for all of us. We just started quarter 2. I would encourage all of us, focus on the new, but also do the U-turn with the current associates, the active, inactive. I grab attention again, making them aware of what's going on. I get my ass in gear again, and I ask them if they're in or if they're out. And if they're in, I plug them into the system. I plug them into the community. I plug them into the company. And if they're out, I ask those 3 questions. Who can I talk to? Who can I meet with? Who can I do an event for? Those are on autopilot for me, because it's who you know. Remember, who you know and who they know. And I'm just trying to find out who they know before they go. The third group is customers, both active and inactive. The goal is converting these customers to associates, since it's what? It's free, Mac. You just announced and removed another barrier of entry for people, is we can convert now customers past that vision. I'm projecting the pool, and worst case for me, and it should be for you as well, they become lead generators, and I incentivize them. If they bring me on new people, I'll give them a gift card or cash or whatever it is to move them into being that lead generator. Team, the goal is increasing the number of lead generators so I can work through and drive what? Depth. You see, team, what you need to know about me is when I do things, I always play chess, not checkers. I do things with purpose, on purpose. I begin with the end in mind, and I reverse engineer from momentum to start. And the isogenics momentum wheel, the data says when we drive depth, and I carry that word and adopt that word and start to love that word. When we drive depth, we create more people making money. How many of you'd love to have more people in your team making money? Now, corporate uses the words unique enrollers, and momentum is created when we increase the number of unique enrollers, when we have more people making money or making what some would say an impact. So remember, it's not how many you enroll, it's how many you grow. So remember that as you're building your business now. And when everyone is on the same page, Mac, moving in the same direction, driving the same behavior. And what's that behavior, team? It's depth. One band, one sound. We take this from a promotion to a movement to momentum. So my question for you as I close is, are you thinking big or small? Are you thinking positive or negative? Are you thinking win or lose? Because you can't win in business if you're losing in your mind. I'll repeat that again. You can't win in business if you're losing in your mind. So I want to encourage all of you to position yourself in your team's team for this wave of momentum. Create a bunch of hope dealers and doubt killers. Be a momentum maker. Go all in and all out. Remember, it's the plan that creates the track, but it's the action that creates the traction. The degree of your desire is measured by the intensity of your pursuit.